Depression is prevalent in youth more than ever before now. So,
Youth has always been there. Depression has always been there in youth and old everywhere.
how would we cope up with it?
You have to start learning. When you don't want to learn, there is depression. When you want to learn, there is no depression. There is no time for depression. People who are depressed are very stupid people. They don't want to learn. They don't have the spirit of learning. That's why they are depressed. And I don't like depressed people at all. I only want people who want to learn always. The antidote for depression is learning. You should be interested in learning. I'll give you some examples. Bal Gangadhar Tilak was sent to Andaman jail for 5 years. He didn't go into depression. Veer Savarkar was in Andaman jail for 25 years in one cell. He did not become depressed. Why have you become depressed? Jesus Christ was being nailed on the cross. He didn't have any depression. Why are you getting depressed? There are many Sikh gurus who were put in boiling water by Mughals, emperors. They didn't get depressed. Why are you getting depressed? One couple are there in America, husband and wife. Husband wanted the wife to get water from the bathroom. Something happened to his body. The wife said, "You go and get your own water." So the husband got depressed. My wife is not listening to me. These kinds of depressions are they all useless people. So all the depression that you are talking, they are all useless people. No Jesus was depressed. No Bal Gangadhar Tilak was depressed. Why are you depressed? Gandhi was thrown out of the train in South Africa in the midnight, in the cold. He stayed there on the platform. He did not get depressed. He became great. Why have you not become great with your depressions? Why are you depressed with your depressions? You are stupid, simply stupid. You are simply a weak soul. You must become a strong soul, like Veer Savarkar, like Bal Gangadhar, like Jesus Christ, like Mahatma Gandhi. They threw Mahatma Gandhi out of the train in the midnight in South Africa. Don't you know his story? And what kind of question is that? Depressed people? All stupid people.
Good morning, good afternoon, and a wonderful evening, dear friends and masters. Welcome to day 13 of our gratitude journey. And those of you who are on the east side, what a wonderful way to welcome and congratulate yourself to choosing to be here. As we've learned so many things in this 13 days, starting from energy to physical health, to right speech, neuroplasticity, how we can elevate our energy. We talked about mental health. And as we all know, the choices we make today decides our physical health, mental health, and emotional health. So today we'll be hearing from one of our great senior master, and it's such an honor. I just had a privilege to meet him at the global conference, and his profile is pretty huge, but I will try to make it as brief as possible. So Mr. Rakesh Jalamuni is a seasoned entrepreneur, technologist, and a meditation expert with 25 years of experience in the technology industry, spanning to US, Europe, India. Rakesh sir has had various technical and leadership roles, including delivery director at Cognizant. A certified meditation teacher, Rakesh sir joined the Buddha CEO Quantum Foundation as a trustee after experiencing profound personal and professional transformation through meditation. He actively shares his expertise teaching meditation and manifestation science through various foundation programs. Currently, sir is co-founder and CTO of Quantum Coherence Technologies, developing innovative meditation software to promote global mindfulness adoption. All the good stuff of the app that we're using, it's thanks to him. I considered What an honor to welcome you, sir. And I don't know how he does what he does. I have seen him. I think he has 48 hours and 24 hours. So yet to manifest that kind of technique. So looking forward to your session, sir, and over to you. Very warm welcome.
Thank you, Sonal Madam, and welcome, friends. As Sonalji mentioned, we are close to end of second week of this 40-day program. People who are staying, they're really committed to transform themselves. Meditation can give so much of holistic transformation, and we're just touching the surface of it. This week we understood the concepts of how meditation helps in our physical health, mental well-being, how it improves our energy. One of the important aspects of our physical health is what we consume. In many ways, I used to think food is the biggest source of energy. And of course, we would have heard now, it's probably the smallest part of how we gain our energy. Meditation is probably the biggest way to increase our energy. However, our dietary choices makes a lot of difference in how we live our life. When growing up, I used to hear that you need to consume, meat, eggs to have a lot of proteins, a lot of, if you really want to be, in a sports and other physical activities, you need to have meat as part of your diet. But when I first heard the strongest, the fastest animals are all plant-based animals who, their primary diet is plant-based. The horse, the elephant. So there are many myths around what we consume and how we get our nutrition. But the biggest aspect of the food that we consume is, and this is what Patriji have heard, and is about how we are interfering in somebody else's life. We have a right to live. We have a right to live our life fully. And every other being also has the same right. While we want to enjoy our life, we want to, we don't want somebody else to interfere in how we live, is it? So who gives our right to us to interfere in somebody else's living? So, but more importantly, let's understand a bit of scientific understanding of how plant-based diet, or if you don't take plant-based diet, what are the impact that we are creating. Let me just put up a few slides. We all know there is a lot of studies these days about how many of the conditions, many of the chronic illnesses, chronic conditions are increased, in somebody who is following a meat-based diet, right? Now, there are specific studies which shows that our human structure, the whole structure, is essentially designed to be herbivorous and not meat eating or carnivorous. Whether the jawbone structure, the teeth, the facial muscles, the length of our colon is essentially the digestive system is longer, and it is ideal for plant-based digestion. There's a study which shows that the biggest the cancer is prevalent in about 3% of the disease is cancer, and the cancer is prevalent in 60% more in meat, people who are eating meat. So alternatively, what it means is people who consume plant-based diet, the occurrence of cancer is 60% less. So we want to be, mostly vegetarian. The illnesses, the foodborne illnesses, the pesticides in the food is 13 times more in meat than in vegetarian food. This is a scientific study. So most of the foodborne illnesses happens when you have meat as compared to vegetarian food. Apart from the health benefits, we also look at how it impacts the planet. To produce vegetarian diet, the amount of water that we consume is much lesser than to produce 1 pound of meat. 10 times, sometimes even 50 times lesser. We talk about so much of water wastage, but the biggest water consumption is to produce 1 pound of meat. The deforestation, the biggest cause of deforestation is to produce, to clear a forest area for grazing, which is used for by the animals which are ultimately killed. The amount of greenhouse warming carbon gas released by clearing a forest to produce just 1 hamburger is equivalent to driving a typical American car for 25 days. This is a study. If you look at John Robbins' book, The Food Revolution, many such understanding, the scientific understanding is shared in that book. the amount of land that is needed to feed, and create food for vegetarian food. The 2.5 acres can produce food for 23 people, 20 plus people. But the same thing that is used to feed animals will feed only 1 or 2 people. So the impact that we are creating when we eat meat, we look at what is the choices that we make today. One of the things that we look at when we do anything, right? How are we impacting what, not just us, but people around us? 2% of the food that is produced is consumed by 2% of the people, but 70% is fed to the livestock, which is okay, but these livestock are ultimately killed. We talk about global hunger. Just the amount of food that is produced so that ultimately they're fed to animals and they are killed to be consumed by few people. This is a very, very shocking statistic. Just by bringing down meat by one country, we can probably, remove global hunger. And of course, the UN report goes to show that the biggest cause of global warming is meat industry. And all of this, of course, is driven by the advertising industry, right? So much of the myths, the facts, that so-called facts that we talk about, the very fact that the proteins are the biggest, the meat is the biggest source of proteins. So we have to start understanding and asking our question of why we are actually consuming meat. Is it really true? The amount of advertisement, the money that goes into promoting vegetarianism is just $1 million. I am talking in terms of the comparison, whereas billions of dollars are spent on promoting meat-based diet. Of course, many scriptures, many traditions across the globe have always promoted non-violence. Non-violence includes violence against other beings. It's not just about humans. The law of karma, or the cause and effect. Do unto others what you want to be done to yourself. You want to be treated exactly, and you want to treat others exactly how you want to be treated. If you don't imagine, right? If you are put inside, closed enclosure for months and months with hardly any space to move, finally to be, chopped down. What is it that you will go through? Imagine that. And of course, Patriji has been the biggest proponent of vegetarian diet. 3 things that he spoke about: practice meditation, understand, learn wisdom, and become a vegetarian. He's always lived his life and promoted, saying that for the biggest growth for any individual, you need to be a vegetarian. So plant-based diet is one of the biggest transformation that you can make. I've seen so many people who start practicing meditation within a few weeks choosing to become a vegetarian. Our co-founder, Lawrence Guihard Jolie, she's as biggest inspirational story that I always talk about, who lived her life fully based on the meat diet. Because of culture, because of the environment, it's always been meat eating. But the moment she came into the practice, about a month later, overnight she said, "No, I am choosing to become a vegetarian," which is surprising to her entire family. So one, of course, there is this scientific understanding of what happens when you are a meat eater. But there is also the aspect of compassion. When you want to live your life fully, when you want to be, doing everything that you want without any interference, without being told what not to do or what to do, you want to give the same respect, same aspect to the other beings as well. In fact, there is so much of studies now that is showing that how the animals are treated before they are killed for just because we want to feed few people. There's this quote which says that if you have the slaughterhouses made out of glass, everyone will become vegetarian. So friends, there are many aspects, of course, we'll understand as we go around. And it's a question that we want to ask. As we go through this journey, we start questioning everything. The beliefs that we have about how the nature of reality, what we've been believing about many things. This is one aspect that is something that we truly want to look at and say, is it something that, I should continue? And the moment you start asking that question, the answer will come to you. All right. So let's go into meditation, friends. And this today we have a wonderful leader who's been practicing meditation. We heard him briefly the other day. We will have full experience from this great masters after the meditation. But let's go into the breath mindfulness meditation. We follow what is called Anapanasati or breath mindfulness meditation, breath meditation. The practice is very, very simple. We sit either on the chair or on the floor. No special postures, whatever that is comfortable to you, you use it. Clasp our fingers, cross our legs at the angle if you're sitting on the chair or on the sofa. Cross your fingers and observe your simple natural breath as you close your eyes. The goal of this meditation is to empty your mind. As you observe this natural breath, the thoughts will become empty naturally, and we go and connect with that energy field around us, the emptiness. The thoughts will come. The moment we recognize we are thinking, we go back and start observing our breath. So before this, we also do a short practice called heart elevation process to deepen our meditation experience. We put our hand on our chest, bring up higher emotions like love, gratitude, compassion, kindness, any of these, and you can do this by remembering any of these past event where you had these emotions. See, when you bring up those event, these emotions can come up. And you stay with that and experience that emotion and that love, gratitude, compassion, energy spreading all over. Experience that oneness and stay with this. The guidance will be there. So let's get into meditation, friends. Relax. Close your eyes.
Dear friends, dear masters, with your eyes closed, specs removed, keep your hands on your chest area. Rest your attention on your sacred heart, and can you feel this loving heart center, your primary connection into the quantum field, the center for all experience of life. Connect with your heart center, dear friends, which is expanding all life with its energies of love, joy, gratitude. Can you recollect an experience from your life, from your past, present, where you felt enormous love, joy, gratitude, or any of the heightened emotions, and relive that moment and elevate yourself. Relive that moment of love and feel that energy inside your beautiful heart. And allow yourself to direct that energy onto every corner of this planet Earth, where it is received by the needy. Where your attention goes, there your energy flows. And slowly, let's go into breath mindfulness meditation with your fingers into fingers. Hands comfortably rested in your lap. With your eyes closed, observe your normal, natural in-breath and the out-breath. Our goal is to empty the mind and merge into that greater quantum field of energy. When we observe our breath, the mind becomes empty. to merge into your breath and allow yourself to become totally empty of all thoughts in your mind. When you observe your breath, the mind becomes empty. As your mind is becoming empty, we channelize all that energy into the generous present moment. We allow our body to function at its natural best. We gain greater clarity. Allow yourself to merge into your breath and allow yourself to experience that emptiness inside of you, all around you. Allow yourself to merge into your breath and allow yourself to become totally empty of all thought. Slowly and slowly can you become aware of that emptiness where there's no body, where there's no thing. yourself to experience this emptiness. That infinite depth of that emptiness spreading far and wide. All emptiness is energy. This is the unlimited field of quantum energy with limitless possibilities. The longer you stay connected, the more you become of it, and the more you receive from it. It is natural to have thought. If you recognize your thinking, go back to observing your breath, dear friends. everything that you ever experienced or will experience is here in this field of energy. The longer you stay aware of this emptiness as no body, the more possibilities you draw into your life. Allow yourself to merge into the emptiness of yourself. That greater intelligence your higher mind everything and everybody are connected in this field of energy. the longer you stay aware of this emptiness, the more you lose yourself to this nothingness. The more we experience everything. Friends, it's truly an honor and privilege to be experiencing this life at this time of history. Many are not so blessed. Can you express gratitude to all things and everybody? Your gratitude to your parents, to your teachers, your mentors, your family, your friends, your colleagues, your relatives, your partners, everybody. Be grateful to this grand nature, the bird, the fish and the animals, to everything you use, the technology, the company, the system, the governments. Gratitude to yourself and to this intelligent quantum field for allowing us to experience so much more in this life. Gratitude is the highest state of receivership. Relax your body.
I am beautiful. I am powerful. I've let go of my past and celebrate.
Feel your body and let your autonomous nervous system
I am powerful.
repair your body.
And I celebrate who I am. I am beautiful. I am powerful. I've let go of my past and celebrate who I've become. I am beautiful. I am powerful. And I celebrate who I am. I am beautiful. I am powerful. I've let go of my past and celebrate who I've become. I am beautiful. I am powerful. And I celebrate.
Recollect your experiences from the session. How did you feel? What did you see? And whenever you're ready, you can keep your hands on your eyes for 5 seconds, and then you may open your eyes.
Okay, friends. Hope you had a wonderful meditation. This program, we bring many aspects of how meditation can transform you. And one important process or feature is to help understand from others' experience. The more we listen to different leaders' experience, we look at the possibilities that it can help us. So today we have a wonderful leader who's been practicing meditation for a period of time, and but more importantly has seen significant transformation. Yes, Sonalji. So we have Mr. Ramesh Kataria ji.
Yes, sir. Welcome, very welcome. So wonderful to have you here. Mr. Ramesh Kataria, hailing from Chandigarh, now settled in UK with his family, is a seasoned food and beverage industry leader with over 20 years of experience driving operational excellence and business transformation. With a background in food and dairy technology, Ramesh sir has held key leadership roles at Nestle, Heinz, Mondelez, Lactalis, Carlsberg, and Marston's. He's now leading country operations in Melbourne, Australia, bringing his experience and strategic vision to drive success. He's here to share with us his meditation journey, his personal transformation after he joined Buddha CEO. Very warm welcome, sir. Looking forward to your sharing. Thank you.
Thank you, Sonalji. First of all, hello everybody. So, namaskar and gratitude to Buddha CEO for what I have been given by this wonderful platform. So to begin with, as ma'am shared, I had a wonderful career, personal, professional life. And there came a time when I was tested, and that was immediately after the COVID period. So I was leading a great company in UK, everything was going good. And suddenly I started to feel that something was missing. I was feeling more directionless. I was feeling that things are not going the way I would want them to go. And then suddenly I found myself looking for a job. So one by one, I was in a position where I realized that this is something which I would not want to stay with. And then came a period, somebody introduced me to Buddha CEO, Dr. Batra. He's been my mentor coach for a long, long time. Now, when I came to Buddha CEO's session, the 40-day session, Chandra sir started to explain the art of meditation. I started doing meditation. And in a period of 1 week, everything started to sort out in my mind. I started to realize that the situation I was in was created by myself, because I had started to get afraid of things. I was becoming more fearful, and I started to visualize the things which I did not want. And because of that, whatever I was afraid of and visualizing, everything started to come in place. And I could see that whatever I was going through was something I had already created myself. And then because of this meditation process, and because I made certain changes in my life, and one of them was, as we heard in the previous session, I became a plant and a vegetarian. Today I call myself a vegetarian, not vegan, but I do not eat anything other than plant-based. That's one choice I made. The second choice I made, that I made it known to all my circle that I am meditating and I'm trying to change my life. So with that, everybody started to then recognize and realize and support me. My wife, my son, they started to do meditation with me. Not every day, but it was enough for me to continue that 40-day session. Now, while I was doing, in a period of 3 weeks, we were going through the session on surrender, the power of surrender. And during that week, I got a call from a company saying that, hey, we have a position, would you want to take this? And here's the truth. That position was not what I was looking for. But during that process of self-reflection, that meditation, I gave myself a challenge, and I said I will surrender to it. And I surrendered. I said, yes, I will take the job. In a period of 9 days, precisely 9 days, the company called me again. There is a change of situation. Is it okay if you offer you a higher position than what we offered you earlier? And again, I said, yes, I will take the position. And I took the role. I was in that role for a couple of months. So I will go to office, sitting in a train. I use that time to do meditation. I'll come back evening in the train. I'll use that time for meditation. I will attend all the sessions which we were having, and my life started to really change. It like all like 180 degree, 180. I was having heavy. It was not depression because I never tested for one, but I could look back and feel that my energy was really dark. I was feeling heavy, and I always thought that it's not right. But after this meditation, it started to lighten up. The body became lighter, and I realized the secret. The secret was that I would start to be positive, I would start to talk positive, I would start to do right things, and I would start to visualize things which I want, not what I do not want. And step by step, I started to see that everything is changing. In a period of, say, 4 months, I was contacted by this another European multinational. They said, we want you to lead a country. And guess what? I said, I'm not ready. Because what I was realizing, that I had run so fast, I had grown fast, let's say it that way. I had grown fast, but I had not taken time to do what I started to do, and thanks to Buddha CEO. So I said, I will take this job, but not now. I need a couple of months. I need to continue my journey. And then I will, and they said, okay, give us a time. I said, November 25, so 24 is when I would be available. But then what I continued doing, all the recommendations which were coming from Chandra sir and the Buddha CEO team, I started reading books. The first book I read during the journey was The Untethered Soul. If you have not read that book, I sincerely, personally request you, please read that book, The Untethered Soul. The second book I read was Destiny and Journey of Souls, 2 books. I read both of them. It is also available in YouTube if you want to hear that book. I heard pretty much all the speakers YouTube. Because I was personally committed to change my life, and I took control of what I would want to be. I want to change and shape my life, and that really then made me believe that whatever I would want is available. It is just that I'm not aware of how to get it. And Buddha CEO gave me that opportunity to start making sense. So, couple of things. This was in a professional life. Personal life, I had an accident some time back, and I had a continuous pain in my upper part of thigh, and I never went for an operation because I didn't want to go through an operation. It was for a couple of years. Now, when we were having this one of the sessions where we were explained how you can actually start to make physical changes, and in that process, I was actually healed myself. It took me 3-4 sessions, and I can happily say that for now almost a year, I don't have the pain, and I'm healthy. My pain has gone away, and I don't feel any physical challenge on what I was having for a couple of years. Now, family-wise, because I started to travel a lot, and I was not able to give time to my wife and to my son. My son was in year 12, as you imagine. It's a very important time of the year. Now, because of that, if I'm not available, there is something missing in his life. Now this is how universe works. One of my coaches, he said, "Hi Ramesh, how are you? What is happening?" And then I told him the challenge I am in. Guess what? This coach has taken up a job, his own company, to coach teenagers in finding meaning of their life and how they can be great human beings. That's what I was looking for. Of course, I started to consciously spend some time with my son. But at the same time, how the world comes around, how universe create and brings what you need. And he is his life coach now for a year and a half. My son is really doing well. And this is something which I was trying to say the message on the said. So which I was looking for. Now, on my financial side, if you have already heard or not, there is this book, Conversations with God. And one of the fundamental thing which Chandra sir shared, that be the source of what you want to have. So I consciously started to make those decisions that I would provide to everything around me what I'm looking for. And there is suddenly a sense of abundance, and everything started to go up. The finances, the love, the family, my son, my wife, my parents. So everything started to come so around. And now people would say that, hey Ramesh, you are currently, as some of them shared, I'm leading a country. It's like 15, 16 factories, couple of thousand people. It's a multi-billion business. And I've done these roles for a couple of years now. But then people would say, how are you able to do your routines? Now, my everyday intention is to do 2 hours in the morning and 2 hours before my sleep. Yeah. So my 1 cent will be that give your soul the importance as much as you give to body and mind. So I have seen impact on my personal, financial side, my health side, my job, my mental well-being. As I said, after COVID, I was in a space where I was feeling more dark, so I am much more vulnerable. I feel more courageous. I used to get scared of heights. I was traveling. Pretty much flying around the world, but I was never comfortable in that situation. So but now I try to take the window seat and look down and see how the world looks from there. So my request, invitation, a simple, coming from experience, follow the process. Please give yourself a chance to have this change in your life, and whatever you are looking for, it is available. It's just a matter of getting yourself out of it. Sometimes we overthink. Sometimes we start to expect that thing will happen too soon. More often they have happened too soon. It is just that we have to let the process take course. I got a job. I got a bigger, better job. I always wanted to travel Australia. I have been to 55 countries now, including Australia. But I was never been in Australia until last year, and I always wanted to come here. I got a bigger, better job, like double, triple the salary. I got a country I was always wanted to have. And it's the process. It's the process of listening to masters, listening to what Buddha is trying to help us with. And I was saying in one of the sessions that sometimes people believe that there are some people coming and saying, Chandra sir comes and says it's not real. Let me tell you from my personal experience, this thing is real. This is real. And if anybody want to hear, because I have similar more experiences, very small experiences, very sometimes we just don't pay much attention to. One day I was leaving for the office 5 o'clock, and suddenly something was not right. I started to hear noises. I started to hear a cat making noises. However, I was running late, so I thought to not pay any attention, and I just went away. Guess what? I went like 10 minutes away, and I realized I was not carrying my purse and my tickets and my pass, so I had to come back. So everything was trying to tell me that please pay more attention, and I just didn't pay attention. I came back, but I really wanted to get the train, because you remember I was going, that was a new job I got. Now, the moment I took my purse, left my home, there was a car standing. One of my neighbors, hey, he didn't know me. He said, hey, you need a lift. He took me to the train station, And I was there in the time, in spite of everything happening. But what the choice did I make? Midway, when I started to realize something was not right, I was standing there. I was getting late, but I started to listen to myself. What is missing? So very small, and the moment you start to pay attention, very small things will start to change. Be conscious of it, be aware of it, be grateful, and slowly the dimension, the scale and size of the change will start to become even bigger. So gratefulness, awareness, thankfulness, and commitment. And today I can happily say that I have been able to create a life which I would want. And I'm in a process of making it even better, because now I know that the person who makes it possible is me. And the way to make it possible is a process which is available to us. Thanks to Buddha CEO, thanks to Chandra sir. And I'm happy to take any questions if anybody has. Thank you. And before I say, so going forward, so you'd say what I'm doing. So what I'm doing is I am taking every opportunity to talk about my experiences with my family, with my friends. Last week we were celebrating Holi in Australia. One of the Sunday, I did share with the people that this is what I'm going through. This is what I really recommend people to go after. And yes, my son, my wife, they have started. I shared with my dad. He doesn't speak English, but I told him that you don't have to speak English to be able to hear and be a part of the team. So it's a process, and I believe that the transformation starts with me believing, me experiencing. Knowledge is helping me to connect the dots, but it is the experience which is making me feel profound. And for experience, I have to put myself in the process, which thankfully to this process and the team, I was able to. And yeah, upward and onwards. And thank you, Buddha CEO. Thank you, Chandra sir. Thank you, everybody. Yes, sir.
Wonderful. So many learnings, so many experiences. But one thing that you spoke about, surrendering to the process. A lot of times we take too much to analyze everything. The moment we start surrendering to the process, it's not about beliefs, but the process that we surrender to. Things that we need to will happen. You spoke about, amazing book. Thank you for reminding Untethered Soul. Michael Singer is an amazing master, a business leader, but whose experiences can truly transform in terms of how we look at living our life. So once we surrender, we start looking at things from a different perspective. You spoke about how you got the courage, to say no. Right? Normally, when you get what we feel is the better opportunity, we want to grab it immediately. But then what you start listening to your inner intuition, then you say, yes, it's probably not right for me at this point. And you have that courage to say no. Thank you, Ramesh. I'm sure there is a bigger purpose of why you are in Australia. Right?
I'm sure.
Always felt that. So that, initially I used to think that, I got into meditation much late in my career, in my life. But then I realized it came at the right time, because there was a very specific reason, purpose for why I learned meditation at that time. That simple things about listening to your internal intuitions, that sounds that you heard, and you realize, something is missing. We miss out on, when we are not practicing, we're not aware. But that awareness to, listen to those small messages. makes life so much different. Thank you so much for sharing. Amazing to hear. This is why our foundation programs that we do. So grateful. We have the opportunity to listen to such experiences.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you.
Thank you, sir.
Yes, I think we have somebody. So
Yeah, we do have questions, sir.
yes, we have
Um,
Meena ji.
Yeah,
We
I
have
think
Meena ji. Please bring them.
I think we decided to if you're okay, sir, can I share some question that's already out there?
Yeah,
But,
please, ma'am.
but before that, I'd like to have Meena ji's. Can we bring her? Allow her to share.
Hi,
Yes, Meena ji.
hello. You guys can hear me?
Yes,
Yes, ma'am.
Meena ji.
Okay. Ramesh bhai, amazing, inspiring, very inspiring journey and very inspiring sharing. Really glad to hear. And I just wanted to mention to Ramesh ji for his dad, there is a Gujarati session. In fact, Sonal ji is the one who started it. There is a Buddha CEO Gujarati meditation. I'm trying to get my mom into that. So that would be perfect for your dad if you would like that.
Yeah, no, thank you, ma'am. Definitely. Thank you. Now that's a good idea, actually. Definitely.
Yes. And I'm so glad that you spoke about bringing the family. So many times we want to have that group come together so that we get motivated to practice. A very, very important point that you brought, sir. So glad. I'm sure many will take this up. Yes, Sonal.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you, Ramesh sir. Thank you, Rakesh sir. I think I'm not sure if it was the internet issue at my end or were you frozen. I think you were talking about what is your daily meditation practice, like how much you want to do. Can you share that so everybody can get advantage of that, including myself?
No, thank you, ma'am. So as I shared, so my routine is that every day morning I do 2 hours. So I have planned my day in such a way that by 6:30-ish, I have completed my 2 hours of meditation. So that's my everyday morning, which I do. In the night before I bed, so I'll make 2 hours before I go to sleep for meditation. Now, in the beginning, it was more of a conscious effort which I went with, but slowly, I have now developed a liking, as you may. So it doesn't feel like 2 hours. So these 4 hours I have actually dedicated to meditation. So my whole day is as you plan your day professional life, I plan my these 2 hours and 2 hours each day. What I also do in between that while I'm traveling, I listen to the great masters, I listen to audios, the books, and that keeps me pretty much. And this is another point. More I practice, more I stay connected. So people who know me, they actually can feel the transformation in my face, the way I speak, the way I look, and it is ever changing. So I am absolutely clear and firm believer that this will continue to evolve. So more I invest my time in this, more I continue this practice, it will further keep evolving. So 2 hours plus 2 hours. There are days when I'm more connected than other days, but then I'm aware and conscious that more I continue this rhythm, it will continue to go deeper. So that's my rhythm, ma'am. But yes, there are days when I'm 15 minutes less than 2 hours, but that's because some days I'm more lazy. But but those days are rare these days.
You're true inspiration for many who will say, how can I, practice? I'm so busy. Where can I give time for meditation? Somebody who is a busy professional who's has got a lot of responsibilities, he can take up 4 hours in a day. I'm sure all of us can definitely take at least 1 hour. Very well said, sir. The more you are connected, the more you stay with it, and more you transformation that you can see.
And sir, if I may, this is also the point. In our active day, in our working life, or even our day when we are awake, we are trying to solve for many things. There are so many situations, there are so many works, there are so many meetings we are trying to solve for. But when we start to get connected, the things to solve for start to get reduced. The quality of things you want to solve for improves. So you might end up needing to solve less number of things, but the quality of input, the quality of work goes up, and hence your noise from the day goes away. So my experience is, the moment I started the process of surrendering myself, the noise from the day started to go away. It is not that I do not have my challenges in my professional or personal life, but that noise is going away. I'm addressing the real thing. And hence, the amount of time I give to less number of things has gone up. Hence, the quality has gone better. But at the same time, because I have less but important things to address, I have more time available for my personal growth. And it becomes a virtuous cycle. I am actually able to devote more time to myself because there are less noisy things to solve for. And that is the power of surrendering and the meditation which I have been introduced to by this wonderful team and forum. Yes, sir. Sorry for taking over, but it was important that I share what I've gone through.
No, absolutely important. Important that what we think. I mean, our thinking and logical mind always says, "Okay, I need to be there everywhere." But when we surrender, I mean, this is a great example of how we prioritize, how things gets prioritized itself when we surrender and when we get into meditation. Things that are unnecessary for our growth, unnecessary that is not required, slowly goes away. That's how we free up so much of our time and we enjoy everything that we do. Great. Thank you for sharing that.
Thanks, sir.
That's incredible. Yeah, I'm so happy that I asked that question. As Sir said, we have no excuse. You totally inspired me today. And yes, we are going to do that now. So thank you so much. It was absolutely wonderful. There is a question for you, sir, from Amit, sir. He says, as you're from food industry, how do you advocate to avoid dairy food? I'm asking this because I want to understand how do you manage such situation considering you're in food industry and same time following plant-based diet?
Yeah. So I think it's, first of all, thank you for a wonderful question, because I follow plant diet food, but that's my choice which I follow, and I have given up meat, egg, all those not good things from my life. I advocate, but what I do not do is one of the things which Chandra sir said in the when we started this journey. I'm sure all of you have also heard him saying that not interfering, but at the same time sharing, building knowledge, and giving people an opportunity, sharing what are the benefits, sharing what are not the benefits. So I consciously do not go against dairy or any other food. I share my experiences. I strongly advocate against killing and eating all this hurting other souls. That's what my journey has been. I'll be inauthentic if I say that I am proactively going and telling people to not consume dairy, because I myself, like I take tea and I take with milk. So that is my real self. But I do not. I take every opportunity to talk about eating plant-based vegetarian foods. And I say vegan because it's easier when you travel in flights. When I say vegetarian, sometimes people offer me egg in vegetarian food. So I call myself vegan in all my travel plans, so that people do not by mistake consider fish and egg as a vegetarian thing. But I consciously make to eat vegetarian food. That's the honest answer, Amit sir.
Wonderful. So, friends, I think we are way past. I'm sure Mr. Ramesh ji will continue, but we'll just come back for those who want to leave. Can leave. We'll come back in a short while, and Ramesh ji will continue answering the questions. Thank you for staying. We'll meet back again tomorrow for another session. We'll do a longer meditation as well. So thank you.
Thank you all.
Okay, friends. Anybody has any questions? An amazing sharing. Goes to show what, when you consistently practice, we truly can achieve anything. Yes, I have somebody. Yes, Pamdi Prasad.
Namaste, sir. Yeah, am I audible to you?
Yes.
First of all, let me congratulate you. You have done a very good session, sir. First of all, the main point here is the vegetarian food. That is very much required by all. By birth, I am vegetarian. Not that because of that I am not saying, but vegetarian food is, as you said, scientifically also, we are meant for eating that only. So if we spread this message to each and every one of us, so the day is not far off that most of our people will be vegetarians and will achieve that this global warming also will be reduced. Just I have one question, sir. Shall I ask?
Yes, please go ahead.
Sir, actually, in our meditation, we say that we be in present moment.
Yes. Go ahead. Not sure. Then we'll start. Okay. I'll wait for Bhamidi ji. I think there's a question. Where can we get the recorded sessions? Please go to the Buddhasiva app, and when you register for this course, I hope you're joining through the app. If you're joining through the app, then when you go to this program, gratitude, you will have all the recorded sessions of all the days separated out. You can go to any specific wisdom or meditation and review it. So the question, I'm highly qualified but unable to get benefits. Have you experienced the same? Not sure what the question specifically is. If the question is around qualification in terms of academics, it has absolutely nothing to do with meditation benefits. Is that Dr. H? Would like to? So the question is, if I'm fully... One thing that we have to do, there are two things, right? So one, some of us are highly intellectual or intellect driven. We tend to be needing analytical responses to understanding of everything that happens. And that's where what we do want to do is to read more about this practice. We've already recommended many books, 25 books. Please do go through all of them. And there are many more. Everyone will have a benefit with the practice of meditation. Today, Ramesh is beautifully said. We have to surrender to the process. We have to surrender to this practice. And then magic will happen. So surrendering to the process means you're not giving up on things, or you're not questioning things, but to be able to follow the process fully and sincerely. Okay, so yes, Dr. H. Dr. H, I don't know what's your full name. Please
I'm
go.
Dr. Veena only, sir.
Dr.
Veena.
Yes, Dr. Reena.
So I was listening to his talk and I'm really inspired. So I had half-baked information when I joined this course, meaning I actually wanted to join this and I knew the benefits of meditation, but and I used to follow a lot of YouTube videos and other things, but I tried making an attempt, but it was never ever successful. Now in the last 10 days, I'm trying to kind of understand how beautiful it is and how achievable it is once you set your mind to it. So as I have already given a comment, I'm highly qualified, but somehow I feel that I have not been able to reach my full potential. There have been setbacks, and I have not known how to handle it. So I am following all of your advices sincerely to the core, and I will let you know by the end of this journey how this is going to kind of affect me. I thank one and all. Every single piece of advice is valued and it is noted in a notebook. So thank you, all of you.
Yes, thank you, madam, for this sharing. Yes, we do want to, again, I think I can understand your sincerity, because you didn't just give up just because you tried many things. I'm glad that you have decided, yes, I will go through this and I will experiment, right? And that's a true mindset of a scientist, right? I mean, anyone who
Correct.
looks at it scientifically, looks at it with full, and then decides how it applies to us. So one thing I'd like to give in terms of suggestion, right? Meditation is not just a logical practice, right? When I say logical practice, it is not, because science has not explained everything. Of course, now the quantum physics is explaining many things, but science is still catching up in terms of to explain everything about meditation, right? Because we are going into that quantum field, which is there are things that are only experienced at this point, right? So keep your mind open when you go into this practice. A lot of times we talk about this alpha theta states that we experience through meditation. Our analytical mind is stopping us going there because we refuse, or in that sense our beliefs tend to question, okay, is it even possible, right? So to that extent, I would like to say, just trust the process and experience it fully, and then look to find answers how it happened. That's what I did, right? Many things I couldn't explain, but one thing that I realized that, okay, this something is happening to me. Let me experience it. And I started reading many things, right? Of course, the books came in, little later, but I jumped fully into understanding it. Be it understanding of self-aware universe, the quantum physics aspect of what happens to meditation, right? In meditation, like by Dr. Amit Goswami, Dr. Joe Dispenza's "You Are a Placebo," the Biology of Belief, the book club that we are doing by so books like that, right? We continue to read and slowly start recognizing what's happening to us. So please be open to this experience, right? And just trust the process. All right. So I'm sure you'll find great benefits through this process. One single statement that has I have held on to is that our thoughts create reality. Because when our thoughts are fully focused with absolutely no doubt, anything is possible, because that is what we create. And we implement that. Meditation helps us to become aware and implement that in our life. Thank you. So another question: how can we understand space in mind as it is stuffed with full of memories of past? It's a natural process. Of course, we have a lot of memories, but what meditation will help us to do is take away the meaning that we created for those experiences. Every event, we would have given some meaning. Even though the situation is normal, we give some meaning to it. And that is what causes a lot of challenges for us. So meditation helps us to, one, disconnect that meaning and look at it objectively and have the ability to question that. For example, I had a belief that every time that I would go through, migraine or bronchitis, I would, my experience would say I I was in a dusty environment. I was in a polluted environment. I was in, there's so many other things going around. That was the cause of it. So I had created a meaning for it. But the moment I started practicing and just went into this intensely, that meaning that I gave broke off. So even when something happened, I wouldn't give any meaning to it and say, okay, this is why it is happening. We don't know. There's so many things it's possible. We don't know. We only understand a very small part of what is happening around us. So instead of judging and giving meaning to things happening to us, we just disconnect from it and become an observer. Okay, this is happening. And then what do we want out of it? We choose how to respond to it, and rather than trying to give meaning to many things that's happening around us. So we just treat it as an experience rather than trying to say this is good, this is bad. And that's what meditation awareness will help to bring. Okay. So hope that helps. Or if that is, you want to have a different question, because I just responded to what was written in the question. Yes, Mr. Bhaskar.
Sir, that is my question is when the mind is totally make it empty. In the emptiness, only the memories will reel up in the mind, in the space, what we have. That is what the internal energy, what we are going to get is how we are going to reel up the memories of events and the experience what we are experienced at that particular point of time. Isn't it?
Not necessary. When we go into this emptiness, emptiness, it's not necessarily our experiences we are going through. We are opening up to all the infinite possibilities. We are open to experiencing many, many things. And some people say, I'm seeing colors, I'm seeing some visions, I'm seeing mountains or whatever that experience, right? That's not necessarily coming from our past experience. Not necessarily coming from the past experiences.
Yeah, that is what I would like to say. In the mind space, if something appears, as you said, some images that will appear. All these images are illusionary. Are you not going into the illusion?
And that's what I'm saying. We talk about what is illusion. Illusion is temporary, right? Now, when anything that we experience, that is why we don't give any meaning to it, because everything is, temporary. So we become an observer that whatever that we are experiencing, rather than trying to give that, okay, this is true, this is good, this is bad, because everything is temporary in that space, right? We are experiencing that, and we look at it that way. It's not just, again, so I don't know you're trying to connect the past experiences to the illusion.
Actually, these memories, whatever memories, are just we are going to retrieve when you drive your mind into the emptiness. That is what my experience speeds. The memories that are already hidden, archived in the mind space. The moment you create a vacuum in the space, immediately that will relapse and drive your mind to analyze. That is one kind of psychoanalysis that will go inside it. That is what my perception.
Yes, Bhaskarji, that's what I was trying to say. That is not what we are looking to do.
Yeah.
We are not trying to experience our past. When we are going into this emptiness, we are going beyond our mind. We are not doing any psychoanalysis. That is why I'm saying, so when guidance comes, we say, whatever that you experience, don't analyze. Just become an observer to it. It could come from the past experience, but it doesn't matter. When we are into the emptiness, we are withdrawing from all our physical senses. We are just moving beyond our mind. And at that point in time, whatever that comes, you become a witness to it. Don't give any meaning. Don't try to analyze. Don't try to say, oh, this is from my past. Oh, this was what happened. Nothing. It could be anything. Be a witness to it. Because you are going to that field which is at infinite possibilities. Yes, past is only one part of it. But you could be experiencing anything. So be open to it. We want to go beyond our analytical mind. When we try to analyze, that is where we come back to our past, come back to our mind. Our goal of meditation is to go beyond our mind.
That creates another problem, because the thoughtfulness always has a breakup in the mind the moment you say that you have to go beyond the mind. So that is what our perceptions regarding the process of understanding to drive our mind in the space. The space
Don't try to
journey is
drive your
very,
mind to
very
the space. So don't try to drive your mind to the to emptiness. What do we do? Trust this process. What are we doing? When you are observing your breath, your natural simple breath, right? You are looking to, you're taking a point of, preferably between the eyes. You're focusing here and observing your simple breath going in and coming out. And when that is happening, your thoughts are naturally coming down. You're not trying to get to that emptiness. You are trying to observe your breath and just observing your natural breath. Now, when that happens, your mind is becoming empty of all thoughts. Now, when that thoughts are getting empty, you are going beyond your mind, because mind is thoughts. And when you reduce, or when your thoughts are reduced naturally, you're going beyond your mind. And that's where the emptiness is experiencing. Now, at that point in time, it's quite possible that you might start thinking again. Again, you might think that, okay, I'm getting, what did I do in the past, right? Why did I do this? What is going to happen in the future? Some thoughts will come. Thoughts will always be either of the past or the future, or it could be of something, some event, some people. Now, when you recognize your thinking, we go back and bring your attention back to your breath. And that's all it is. We don't try to go into emptiness. We are not trying anything. All we are doing is observing our natural breath, and let things happen naturally. Okay.
Yeah, okay, sir. Okay. Yeah.
So it's a process. So my suggestion is trust this process for 40 days.
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
Great question.
Yeah.
But I hope this answers what you would like to do, in the coming practice.
Yeah. How
Okay.
I am going to understand the process and then the experience. Then in the later classes we can discuss about. Thank you,
Yes,
sir,
sir.
for your
Thank
explanation.
you. All right. Any other questions? Okay, there are no other questions. Friends, we'll meet back again tomorrow. Tomorrow we'll go into a little longer. This longer meditation that we'll do tomorrow, about an hour and an hour, 15 minutes. This is a great way to go into that process where we're training our mind to go beyond our, or bring back our attention to the breath and go beyond our mind. At least we'll get opportunity to stay with that emptiness much longer. So let's come back again and continue this process. Tomorrow will be end of 2 weeks. Those of you who want to get some more of understanding of this, please go back and review the first week's wisdom sessions. It will help you to kind of understand more and come back, because as we are practicing, we might get questions. It might, these will help answer, and I'm sure in the coming weeks also many questions, many wisdom talks will help you understand. All right. So thank you, and we'll meet back again tomorrow.
Okay. Good night, sir.
Good night. Thank you.
Well, thank you.
What do I want? What do I desire? What will bring me to my highest good? What do I want? What do I desire? What will bring me to my highest good? Prosperity, prosperity. I claim it, I claim it. Abundance, abundance is mine, is mine. Love, love flows through me, flows through me. I feel joy, I feel joy all the time, all the time. I can have it, I can have it. I deserve it, I deserve it. I claim it, I claim it. It is mine, it is mine. I can have it, I can have it. I deserve it, I deserve it. I am it, I am it. It is mine, it is mine. Peace, peace fills my heart, fills my heart. I surrender, I surrender everything, everything. Health, health is my birthright, is my birthright. Passion, passion helps me sing, helps me sing. I can have it, I can have it. I deserve it, I deserve it. I claim it, I claim it. It is mine, it is mine. I can have it, I can have it. I deserve it, I deserve it. I am it, I am it. It's my